Something's going on way down there. Something's going on. And it concerns cockatoos. What are they doing? Have they discovered fruit? I think they might have. The cockatoos have finally discovered fruit. They're different to the parrots. They've got a different psychology. So that's what that cockatoo has been doing there at the pine tree every day. The past few days I've seen a cockatoo around the pine tree. But the cockatoos have now finally discovered fruit. Both of them. I see. Maybe the whole tribe will end up coming for fruit. That's new. I always learn new things every day in my garden. Usually the cockatoos just take seeds. Well, that's a whole new affair. Must be school holidays. I can hear a person on a motorbike, a kid on a motorbike. I think they've finally discovered apples. I think that's what they're doing. Are you eating apple? Turn around, go on, turn around. Or are you just ripping up a pine cone? Turn around. This is a whole completely new affair, cockatoos eating fruits. Where's that other cockatoo? There's another one there somewhere. Of course cockatoos eat fruits in the wild, and they always eat African boxthorn berries when it pleases and suits them. What are you eating? You're eating pine cone. You're eating pine cone, that's what you're eating. Full of pine nuts. Fair enough. Pine nuts are very nice. What are you eating? What's that you're eating? I can't see in the viewfinder. Is that apple or is it pine cone? Looks like pine cone. Oh no, is it silky oak? Or is it a branch of silky oak? Looks like a pine cone, I think. An Aleppo pine cone. What's that cockatoo doing in there? What's it eating? Come out into the open, go on. I think you're eating fruit lately, some of you cockatoos. I really think so. Let's see. Pear? No? Apple? You're up to something. Now rosellas and king parrots eat fruits. Look how it waddles like a duck. I still think they might have discovered fruit. Oh, there you are. This one's just waiting for me to go away. Otherwise he's keeping lookout. I usually have a lookout. Listen to that angle grinder my boyfriend is using. That's an acacia pendula, very drought resistant tree, and it suckers too, so if you have one acacia pendula you'll have lots more over the years. They'll keep multiplying and suckering. Now viewer, I've come to deduce that the cockatoos have only been eating pine cones. They're not interested in shop-bought pears or apples like the rosellas and king parrots are. Of course, cockatoos will go to the orchard when apricots are ripe, and they'll eat quinces on the tree. They'll come for pistachios and almonds and things. But I think in this case, they're just eating pine cones. They like pine nuts. Aleppo pines do have nuts in them, only small ones compared with the ones you get in the supermarket, but enough to attract a cockatoo. That's a Pinus pinea over there. I grew that from a seed. Oh look, there go cockatoos. Mustn't have any pine cones on it at the moment, that one. But this is the sort of pine cone that you see in the shop when you buy pine nuts. This is the sort from Greece. I have seen this pine tree covered in cockatoos before. So if you want to attract cockatoos to your garden, you could always grow a pine tree. Look, it's Christmas time and there are all candles all over the pine tree. It's Christmas time, look, and there are candles. That's a casuarina tree. It's an Australian native tree, but it has sorts of little cones on it. Leadbetter's cockatoo, the pink cockatoo, is attracted to those casuarina trees. She oaks they're also called. The glossy black cockatoo also goes to casuarina trees. And this is a native pine tree called Calitris. It has little cones on it too. See the cones? And they attract cockatoos. Calitris always attract cockatoos. Those little cones. Cockatoos know how to strip a pine cone down and to get the nuts out of them. I think they also rip them up just for something to do actually, sometimes. That's what I suspect. Anyway, source of pine nuts I think even Aleppo pines are eaten by humans sometimes, but they don't have very big seeds. This is an Aleppo pine cone. Looks like it's been nibbled on one side. It's been shredded by a cockatoo. So cockatoos do like introduced conifer trees, and they like the native relatives of pine trees. This is another calitras tree. Hasn't got nuts on it yet though. It will in good time, and it will attract lots of cockatoos. It also attracts Leadbetter's cockatoo and the glossy black cockatoo. Look, here's a whole grove of calitras native pine trees that have come up from seed. I've just left them here and they're getting quite big now. They'll make a little forest, won't they? There's a cockatoo feather. Listen to that, someone's doing circles with their truck. They're driving a huge truck around their paddock, as if they're learning to drive or something. Anyway, there's a cockatoo feather.